You get hurt in a car crash. You call a lawyer, and suddenly there is a court filing fee sitting in the room like an uninvited guest at a birthday party. Nobody warns you about this part, and it feels like paying a cover charge just to walk into a club you did not want to join in the first place. So what even is a filing fee? It is basically the price of admission for your case to officially exist in the eyes of the court, kind of like buying a ticket before the judge will even glance at your popcorn. These fees are not made up on the spot by some guy with a calculator and a grudge. They are set by the court system itself, often by the state or the county. In most places, you are looking at somewhere between $100 and $400 just to open the case, depending on where you live and what kind of claim you are filing. Here is where people get confused. They think their lawyer pockets that money, but nope, that cash goes straight to the court, not to the attorney's coffee fund. The lawyer is basically just the delivery driver. They hand the payment over, so your case gets a stamp of approval and a spot on the docket. Now, if you are working with a personal injury lawyer, most of the time you are not even reaching into your own wallet for this. A lot of accident injury lawyers work on what is called a contingency basis, which means they front the filing fees and other costs, then get reimbursed later out of your settlement. Think of it like a friend spotting you at a restaurant, except this friend also spent years in law school and really wants you to win your case. If you lose, in many arrangements you owe nothing for those fees, which honestly feels like the one time in life something is actually risk-free. But do not assume every fee disappears into thin air. There can be more than just the initial filing cost. You might see fees for serving papers to the other party, fees for expert witnesses, and fees for getting copies of medical records, and all of that can add up faster than a Black Friday shopping cart. People also get tripped up thinking filing fees are the same everywhere, like a Big Mac being the same in every state. In reality, filing fees vary depending on whether you are in a small claims court, a state court, or federal court, and each one has its own price tag and its own rulebook. Sometimes courts offer what is called a fee waiver, which is basically the legal system saying, hey, we see you cannot afford this, so let us cut you a break. If your income falls below a certain level, you can file paperwork asking the court to waive the fee entirely. And yes, that is a real thing and not a myth your cousin made up. A good lawyer will usually check if you qualify for that waiver before assuming you have to pay anything out of pocket. This is one of those quiet moments where having someone who actually knows the system saves you money without you even realizing it happened. Here's a fun twist. Filing fees can change over time because courts adjust them, kinda like how movie ticket prices creep up every couple of years without anyone officially announcing it. What cost $150 5 years ago might cost $200 today, so your lawyer needs to stay updated instead of quoting numbers from a dusty old memory. There is also this myth that if you cannot pay any fee up front, you simply cannot sue at all, and that is just not true. Between contingency arrangements and fee waivers, the court system actually tries to make sure money is not the only gatekeeper standing between you and justice. Reparation matters here too, because a lawyer who plans ahead for these costs keeps your case moving instead of getting stuck waiting on paperwork. Rushing in without understanding the fee structure is like showing up to a road trip without checking if you have gas. Technically possible, but a rough way to travel. At the end of the day, filing fees are just one small piece of a much bigger puzzle, but they set the tone for how transparent your lawyer actually is. If they explain the costs clearly instead of dodging the question, that tells you a lot about how the rest of your case is going to go. So next time someone tells you lawsuits are only for rich people who can throw cash around, you will know that is not really the full story. Want to learn more about how we help connect you with the right accident injury lawyers? Check out our links in the description.